Welcome back to the Retire Southern podcast. I'm your host, James Lewis, where we focus on meaningful connections and authentic experiences in the American South. Our message is simple. Don't wait until you retire to start living. I'm here today at the beautiful home of Christy Cavanaugh. Thank you so much for hosting me today. But Christy Cavanaugh with Cavpar Board Sports.
Yes.
Thank you for having me in your house.
Thank you for coming. This is welcome.
Yeah. So
Beautiful
first
day.
of all, I'll take some pictures so everyone that listening can get a feel for what I'm looking at here. But I mean, the marsh scene that you have explained to what we're looking at right now.
You are overlooking the Battle of Bloody Marsh site.
Okay.
So several way back wins. There was a pretty big battle back there.
Okay.
And the story is that the whole marsh was red from the
blood. Mm-hmm. It's dark.
Yes, super dark.
Do you ever see any ghosts or apparitions in the marsh?
I have never seen anything in the marsh, but there's quite a bit of history on this land that we're sitting on right now.
For sure. So across the marsh is Gould's Inlet. So we're looking
across
at
the
backside.
marsh, you're looking at East Beach. A little to the left, you're looking at Gould's Inlet, and you can actually see the waves breaking over there. Yeah. And I'm a surfer, so I'm going to stare for just a second.
Yeah, of course you are. And you have a couple of four-legged friends that you made here in the background. So what are your dogs' names?
We have Vita and Cinnamon that are they're very vocal in the kitchen.
So what breeds are they? Is it a Dachshund and a Pointer?
Vizsla and a Dachshund.
Okay, Vizsla and Dachshund.
Mm-hmm.
So you just said it. You're a surfer, right? And
Yes.
so, I think of Soul Surfer. All these different Point Break images start coming to mind for me. Forgetting Sarah Marshall, one of the greatest movie scenes of all time.
Oh my
with Paul
gosh,
Rudd.
right?
But we'll go there in a second. How did you discover this passion for surfing? How did that happen?
Oh, let's see. I went to Cabo to visit some friends of mine that used to live here, and my girlfriend that's out there said, take a surf lesson. And I did.
Okay.
Changed forever.
So what stage of life was this?
40s, definitely.
In your 40s?
Well, I was pushing 40.
Okay.
Actually, I was 38. Took that surf lesson, caught that first wave, came home. A little while later, we found out we were expecting twins. So my surfing journey was postponed just a bit.
By at least 9 months.
By a little bit longer than that one.
Oh,
but
man. So
jumped back in.
38, just learned to surf, pregnant with twins.
Yes, it was an experience.
Wow. So what year is this? Just give me a...
Oh gosh. I'm going to show my age right here.
That's okay.
So we are 25, so this was 2015.
2015.
14, 15.
So
around there.
Your kids now, you have twins that are about 10 years old?
They're 9, yes.
9 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And
then we have two older ones, a 16-year-old and a 17-year-old.
Wow.
It's a busy house.
So you caught the bug in Cabo. You had to take a brief pause, right? But so at the time when you flew to Cabo and took the surf lesson, where are you living? Are you already in St. Simons?
Already in St. Simons.
Okay.
I've been here 26 years, and
Yeah.
I've seen the waves. I've seen the people out there. I've often wondered, what they're doing.
So you were saying before, I was actually we were talking earlier. I was out this morning with Kevin Desern of Georgia Saltwater Adventures. I always want to call him
Kevin.
I want to call him Kevin Dessert for some reason.
I always call him Kevin Desern. You said his name right.
Desern, Dessert. But so Kevin from back in the day. I mean, you actually
I've
you used to
known
be
Kevin.
in the charter fishing business.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, absolutely. I used to fish with all those guys. Loved it. My dad took me offshore my entire life, so
Okay.
I was super comfortable out there. And then moving here, I had a great group of friends, and we all went offshore fishing. It was kind of what we loved to do. So that's how I met Kevin.
This is post-college. You're into charter fishing?
Post-college, I'm into charter fishing.
Okay. And so you walked me from charter fishing to starting your own custom skimboard shop.
Okay,
how
really?
How does that work?
It's like from
I know.
one
Like, how do you get there?
end of the spectrum to the other. It's just a journey. It was once the kids going offshore was really difficult to do, and it was a passion, and it was kind of an escape. And so I think I had to find myself looking more towards an escape that was more realistic. You know, like an hour surfing is way more realistic than a half a day offshore
out on the water.
So it just kind of started going in that direction. And as far as surfing went, I wanted to shape my own board. I really wanted to get into all of it, not just go out there and do it. I wanted to learn where it all came from and what it's all about. And I was lucky enough to be able to shape my own board or have my hands in shaping my own board. And that started the whole thing.
Yeah.
Once I did that, it started the shaping and the glassing process. I was fascinated by it. And then my kids were into skimboarding. So naturally, that was the angle that I took and started making my kids skimboards. All the while we were organizing, bringing back a skimboarding competition. So it was all the things just kind of said
your kids were
skimboard.
getting into it. When you started making your own kids' skimboards, then you said you're also organizing the competition. Is this
The competition was already being
happening?
Organized. It was already happening.
Okay.
Yes.
And this is the annual Womp
This
Off.
is the annual Womp Off, yes.
Okay, explain where the name Womp Off comes from.
Womp Off. So the boys back in the day, the OGs, named it Womp Off because that was the sound that the boards would make when they would hit the shallow pools of the water.
Okay.
And make a whomp.
Womp.
So that's where Womp Off came from.
So when was the first inaugural Womp Off? When was that? What year?
06, I believe, was the
06.
first one. 06, yes. So they had 3.
So you've been doing custom skimboards and the Womp Off since 06?
No. I came in a little bit later.
Okay.
They started, the guys started doing the Womp Off back in 06. They had 3 Womp Offs, and some of the main organizers they owned Southern Soul.
Okay.
And back then, Southern Soul burnt down. So that was the end of the Womp Off. That was the end of all of that.
This is Southern Soul Barbecue.
This is Southern Soul Barbecue, yes.
Okay.
And so once that happened, it was their focus was shifted just a bit.
Sure.
You know, doing a Womp Off really didn't seem
Right.
which is understandable. You
Right.
know, so they rebuilt their business. The community helped. It was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It actually really was amazing because everybody in the community helped and they felt the love. Like they were rebuilt pretty quickly.
So I'll just go ahead and just do a quick sidebar on this one.
Sidebar,
If
yeah.
you've been to St. Simon's, whether you've been to St. Simon's or not, if you have not been to Southern Soul Barbecue, it is. So when we come here with the
Legendary.
kids, we always get one night of takeout for sure from Southern Soul.
Oh, you
I think
have
it's
to.
like the best barbecue.
Unless you're living
on the
under a
island.
rock, everybody knows St. Simon's means Southern Soul.
So I didn't realize that they originated the Womp Off.
They
back in
originated
day.
the Womp Off, yes.
And then they went out of commission. They had to refocus.
They had to refocus.
So then, did you bring it back, or how did it come
I
back?
came back in, 10 years later, 2021. I think is when
2021.
we brought it back. And my older kids were out skimboarding with their friends on the beach, and they came running up to us on the beach. We were with mutual friends, and they said, man, it'd be so cool if there was a skimboard competition.
Mm-hmm.
The dad of the friend said, there used to be a Womp Off.
Right.
My light bulb goes off because I love everything that has to do with saltwater competitions,
Sure.
board sports,
Right.
the whole 9 yards. And my husband could see it happen, and he was like, you don't have time for this. I know what you're thinking.
Yeah.
And I go, okay, sure, no problem. Called the
Go away.
OGs the next day, right?
Yeah.
This was on a Sunday. I called everybody who originated the Womp Off to begin with,
Okay.
and they were all in on bringing it back. Absolutely, yes, let's do it. And we did it that year.
So the Womp Off, is that every May?
It's every May. It's
Okay.
the weekend before Memorial Day.
Weekend before Memorial Day.
So that's kind of the weekend before the island gets kind of bombarded with tourists. That's
Okay.
the whole reasoning behind that. It's like our last local real weekend.
Before
Before it just-
James Lewis comes to town.
Before it just gets
With
too
his
much
6
to go to the
splendid
beach.
kids and
We still have a
Right.
little bit of beach left.
yeah, you can still get into a restaurant.
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
yes. You're not on a 2-hour wait.
So how does the Womp Off work? Is it limited by age? What's the entry fee? Tell us more about the format.
Oh, yeah. So age categories, there are first, second, and third place prizes in each age category. We
Okay.
have girls categories as well. And then we have an overall winner of the entire thing. He gets bragging rights all over town, or she.
Right.
Absolutely. And then pictures in Frosty's and Ocean Motion and Frederica Station.
Okay.
And this gigantic trophy that's as big as they are. It's the coolest day of the year on St. Simon's.
What's the youngest age and what's the oldest age?
Oh, gosh. I believe it's 7. 7, and then there's no old age.
There's no-
We have
okay.
a legends category. We have a
Just talking about,
fossils category.
Or 20s and 30 somethings out there, like 40 somethings.
Yeah, it goes all the way up.
All right.
We had 50s. I think we had a couple 50s last year. Yeah.
So how much is the entry fee, or how does that
I
work?
believe it was 55.
And typically, how many contestants, entrants do you have?
Oh.
Are we talking like 100, 500, 1,000? I mean, like how
We
how
had
big is
about
this?
65 last year. That's pretty cool. Even
Yeah.
if you haven't done it, we teach a skim school. You can go out there and learn.
So yeah, that's why I want to pivot to that for sure and talk about that, because one of the things that's in my head is, so I have, what's an appropriate age to start skimboarding, learning how? Is it like 5, 6, 7? Is it more like 7, 8? Like, what do you think?
I think 7, 8 would be a good one.
Okay.
My twins just really got it this
Okay.
year, and they're 9. But they could skimboard last year and the year before that, but they're starting to turn their tricks and do their shove-its and all that. So, and they're 9.
On St. Simon's, is there a better area to skimboard, or do you can do it anywhere there's a tide pool? Do you need a tide pool? Are you like on the surf line? I don't understand how. I've never skimboarded before,
This
so
is
break
why
this down.
it's okay. I'll walk you through it. So
Okay.
this is why it's so popular here, because our wave situation is not the best, right?
Right.
You've been to California, you've been to probably Central America, Jacksonville even.
I have not, but I've seen bigger waves
okay,
than
we've
here.
seen bigger waves in here. So we just don't have the energy in our waves that a lot of breaks do. But you don't need waves necessarily to skimboard. You skimboard on a shallow pool of water. So that's a little tidal pool. Or actually what I'm seeing that's happening is that these guys are having these incoming waves and they're running their skimboards out there and actually catching the wave.
Right.
And it kind of ups the ante just a little bit
Sure.
as far as points scored during the womp off.
Yeah.
But you can always skimboard. Oh, well, unless there's a nor'easter storm.
So my problem, and I've tried it before. I tried it when I was younger. I feel like I'm too old to do it now, and I know. Well, we can talk about that when we get to the lessons portion of the show. But my whole thing was, and I know I was doing it wrong. I would throw the board so far out in front of me that I couldn't catch up to it. So is the secret like run and drop next to you? Like, how do you do it?
You run as fast as you can.
Uh-huh.
You drop it just in front of you, and you walk on it.
And you walk on it.
Yeah, or run on it.
Okay.
Run on it.
Yeah.
Don't hit it from the side.
So you don't try to like jump on it.
Don't jump on it. It'll shoot out in front of you.
Okay.
It's just it's a smooth process of running.
Very fluid.
And yes.
So you offer camps, but you also offer private lessons.
Yes.
Right.
That's-
So where do you want to start? Do you want to start with the camps or the private lessons? You tell me.
Let's start with the camps
Okay.
because this is our first year doing them, and it has been a blast.
Yep.
That's where I met you.
That's right.
We were doing a camp. It was
You're
so
out
much
on
fun.
like Gould's Inlet. Actually.
We were at Gould's Inlet, and that's where we do them. And we merge skimboarding and surfing into our camp. So
Okay.
half the time you're out there, you are learning to surf with Jason Latham, who is a professional surfer.
Awesome.
And then half the time you're out there learning skimboarding from Marshall Kent, who won the Womp Off the very first year.
Awesome.
And my son James, who has come in, I don't know, second or third every couple of years. But they're out there. They know the tricks of the trade. They know all the stuff, and,
Yep.
and they teach these kids. And they come in. The cool thing about this, James, is watching them come to camp. Never have done this before, right?
Right.
They leave camp. Their confidence is at an all-time high.
Through the roof.
And they're changed forever.
Yeah.
You know?
Are the camps seasonally in the high season? Is it only in the summer times, or?
We just started this summer. We
Okay.
started in June. We had 6 super successful camps. Everybody caught waves. Everybody learned to skim. So we'd like to keep that going until the water gets cold. Now,
When does that happen?
Usually late October, early November. So we'll have a little bit more time, and then we'll start back up in the springtime.
So if people are coming down to St. Simon's for a fall break in September, October, it's still game on for you guys.
Absolutely.
And you don't need a wetsuit or anything like that.
Not yet.
The water's still
Not
warm
yet.
enough.
We'll have them for private lessons
Right.
if they want to do it in
Or a
the
shorty or,
wintertime.
whatever.
Yeah, a little
Okay.
spring suit.
Yeah.
But for the camps and stuff, we'll just stop the camps until the water warms up.
So are the camps is it just like a day camp, or are they?
It's a day camp. It's 3 hours.
multi-day? Okay.
It's a long time to be out there
Yeah,
in the
it is.
sun. So, and we wear them
Sunscreen
out
mandatory,
too.
right?
They're super tired by the time it's over.
So parents, if you want your kids to go to sleep almost immediately after dinner, send them to Christie's camps.
Yes, come to Cav Par Surf and Skim camps, where every parent's dream.
Take my kids for 3 hours and just wear them out. Did the kids bring a snack? Did they eat while they're out there?
Yes,
Okay.
they need to bring a snack and
water,
Mhm.
obviously.
and sunscreen.
And sunscreen.
We are battling the elements.
What is the cost of a camp?
$100.
Okay.
$100. We have several instructors. We have lots of eyeballs on the children. It costs money to be able to do that.
Yes.
And everybody is everybody's a professional. Everybody knows what they're doing. So you're learning from the best.
That's really cool. Yeah, no, I remember when I met you, I was walking out with a bunch of my kids. We have the extroverts, we have the introverts. So I have a 14-year-old stepdaughter and a 15-year-old son. So those are my two oldest. And I was telling Davis, the 14-year-old stepdaughter, I'm like, man, maybe you should do this camp. Some of these guys are pretty cute.
Oh, gosh.
Maybe you can meet one of these guys. And she's like, stop it, Mr. James. I'm like, okay.
That's hilarious.
But I was like, Jed, does anybody want to learn how to surf? Does anyone want to learn how to skimboard? But they're a little intimidated. I don't know why, but there's no reason to be intimidated. I mean, you guys have like a lot of fun people out there. Everyone's
so much
just
fun. But
no pressure.
It happens. That's the way, most of the kids come out because they don't know anybody, and then they meet the instructors.
Yeah.
The instructors are in high school and college level,
Right.
and then they're like, oh wait, these guys are cool and they're really nice, and I can do this too. And
when camps are offered, are those published on your website, or where do you publish
they are
those
published
camps?
on our website. You can sign up on our website, but
Okay.
they're pop-up camps because we don't really know when everybody's
tides.
available.
Yeah.
It's, we're working with a bunch of different people and a bunch of different schedules. So
Okay.
we pop them up and put them on our Instagram and our Facebook.
How do you handle, like, you have a pop-up camp, it's scheduled, so how many people are typically in a camp, 15 to 20?
We do a maximum of 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
But let's just say, hey, that morning there's weather, the tide's not right. Like, what do you do? Do you, like, kick it, punt to another day, or how does that work?
We have not had to do that
Awesome.
yet. So that's been a blessing. If we wake up and it's raining, of course, it'll be a rain check, refund, all that stuff. We cannot predict what Mother Nature is going to do.
Sure.
So we just kind of go from there.
So your website is cavparcustoms.com.
cavparcustoms.com.
And so you'll post when the camps are going to be available. Like you said, you run them through, late May, all the way through October, basically?
All the way through October. Yeah, we're doing teacher holidays now, school
Nice.
holidays.
So teacher work days, you may do a pop-up.
Oh, yeah.
Do you
We're
find...
going to take full advantage of teacher work days.
Where are your kids in school? Are they...
I have two at Glen Academy,
Okay.
and then the twins go to St. Simon's Elementary.
Okay. Do you find, like we find, that your kids are out of school more than they're in school when it comes to teachers?
Gosh. I thought it was just me.
No, I think it's all of us.
Especially with hurricanes, too.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Well,
wait, what?
Misery loves company.
Yes.
All right, so let's go from camps to lessons. Your website's cavparcustoms.com. Phone
Yes.
number is 912-996-7304. If someone wants to take a lesson, is there an age limit for that? What's the hourly cost? How do the lessons work?
No, there's not an age limit for that. It's $125 an hour. And we just did a lesson with a 5-year-old, and it was
5-year-old.
adorable.
But the lessons that you'll do is not just skimboarding. You'll do surfing.
No, we do surfing.
Right.
Surfing lessons and skimboarding lessons if they want to. We do SUP, stand-up paddle.
Yep.
Jason offers e-foiling, which is, if you're not familiar with that may be one of the coolest things I've ever seen
Is
in
that
my
the
life.
same thing as kite surfing? Or
No. E-foiling, you're holding a kite.
Yes.
You're on this board that also has like a little tail fin underneath it, and so you can be elevated out of the water
Okay.
by holding on to your kite and the wind taking you.
Yeah.
It is pretty
Yeah,
incredible.
When we were here for the 4th of July, there was a couple that was doing, I think they were
Kite
doing that.
surfing.
They were kite surfing.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's pretty cool.
So we probably saw the same couple. But you do e-foiling, not kite surfing.
We do e-foiling.
Okay. But regardless...
And regular foiling. Sorry, e-foiling is the electric.
okay.
Regular foiling is with the wing.
Gotcha. So it's $125 an hour, and is it usually like a 2 or 3 hour lesson, or like how long do lessons last? Or does it vary?
So this is the thing about surfers. We don't really know what time it is out there. We just like it out there, so we tend to stay.
Now I'm totally going to the Sarah Marshall Kunu scene. It's like, oh man, yeah.
I don't wear a watch.
That's my mainland name. P-O-P-P.
Yeah.
You're doing it wrong.
I do love that.
Do
movie.
less. Pop
I
up.
actually said that the other day at camp. I was like, do less. No, you got to do a little more than that.
Yeah,
Do more.
You're just laying there. Pop up. So, okay, yeah. So,
Great movie.
skimboarding, I mean, other than that, I'm much slower than I used to be. I just crossed the 50 bridge, right? So I'm on the other, a couple...
Congratulations. I'm knocking on that door.
Thank you. I have mixed emotions about the whole thing. So I'm just a shade on the other side of 50. The legs don't work as well as they used to. So, skimboarding is a little intimidating for me just because of the running, obviously. But then also surfing feels a little intimidating to me because I'm just like the pop up, right? It's just like I hate burpees.
And that's basically what you're doing.
Okay. Damn it. I thought you were going to tell me something different.
No, it's a straight up. I tell the kids to do a couple burpees before they get out there, and that gives them the push up feeling.
So if I want to learn to surf, I should probably start some kind of regimen of doing like 10 burpees a day or something.
No, I really don't think so, because burpees on land really stink, but burpees on a surfboard in the ocean, that's a lot better.
I know we're not going to go out and surf today, but I was watching a reel about popping up. And so like where you have your weight, I thought this was a pretty interesting reel. I saw someone put the surfboard up against a wall so that when they pop up, their butt doesn't stick out too far.
Oh, there you go.
I don't know. Is that a thing or no? Like, how do you teach people to pop up?
We do it on land, and you're on the board. This is how we do it for the camps. You're on the board. You push up your upper body, kind of like you're in the cobra pose. You take your whichever dominant foot you are, bring that one in front, and then you pop up. So then it's kind of like I'd really have to show you.
Okay. No, I think I understand what you're saying. So your dominant foot out front.
Again, it's a smooth process. It sounds like it's a 1, 2, 3, 4 step, but you've got to put them all together. So that's what we teach them on land. We teach them the different steps, and when they get in the water, it all comes together.
The phases of the pop-up.
The phases of the pop-up.
So you can't really do it like molasses pace. I mean, like it's some.
You have no time with our wave situation to go slow.
Drag it out. You got to do it.
No, we just don't have the long waves. You got to go quick.
Got to go quick. Yeah, I don't know if that one's in the cards.
I think it is
for
James.
me either. Maybe I could get into kite surfing. I used to water ski.
Kite surfing would be amazing too. It's actually on my list of. I'm a person who doesn't like to. Like I started supping when I got back and caught the bug, and after the twins, I started sup surfing.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Well, that stinks when it's windy. So that's when I wanted to shape my own and surf because you can do that in the wind, right? I just didn't like the elements telling me that I couldn't do something. Kite surfing is you need the wind to do it, right? So you see the different ways of handling Mother Nature there. I
mean, I guess it'd be good to be versatile and be able to do all of them, so that if there's wind or not, like, hey, if there's no wind, I can go surf or sup. If there's wind, I can go kite surf.
Our head surf instructor, Jason, for that reason, he does all of it.
He does all of them.
Yes.
So we talked about the camps, we talked about the lessons, we talked about the Womp Off. You make custom skimboards.
Yes.
If someone wants to order a custom skimboard, how does that work? Are they sized, based on height and weight and all that stuff? So break that down for me.
I do mostly 45-inch and 53-inch. Now, 53-inch is your high school level, and they'll probably ride these boards, forever.
Forever?
But you want them to come up to your chest.
Okay. And
for the most part, 53-inch does everything any high schooler or up wants to do. The shove-its,
So James, who is 67 inches tall.
You would need a bigger one.
I would need a bigger board. Okay.
You would need a longer board for sure. Okay. And then the custom part of it, this is what I'm finding that I absolutely love about the whole process, is we can do the board for them, but what's happening is I'm shaping the board, sealing the board, and the kids want to do their own art.
Their own art.
So that's what's happening right now.
Okay.
The one in the shop that I just shaped, I showed you, he's going to do his own art. He wants to put Chicken Joe on it, which is going to be awesome. There's another girl, Casey, she's bringing her board back. She's finished her artwork, and she's got a whale shark with tribal designs on it. It is the coolest thing. I'll have to show you the picture of it.
Yeah, for sure.
But these kids are super creative and super talented, and they're doing their own.
So they're putting their own artwork on it?
They're putting their own artwork on it. They bring it back to me. I glass it in. They have it forever.
I don't even know how this works. Is it like an iron-on? Or do you just draw on the board?
They're drawing. They're drawing.
Really?
Using acrylic markers, drawing, sketching. They bring it back to me. I'll put a layer of fiberglass on top of it just to save it, because I don't want anything to happen to their design. And then I'll glass it in completely.
But if someone wants you to do the artwork, you'll do the artwork as well? Like if I wanted how big of a board did you say I needed?
You're going to need, you said you're 63 inches?
6 feet plus 5, so 72 plus 77 inches.
Okay, so probably 60 inch.
All right, so if I wanted like a 60-inch board with like a big green egg on it, Right. You would just do some kind of graphic artwork on there?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, I think it's really cool that people can customize their own board with their own artwork and then get it back to you, and then I'm sure I'm using the wrong phrase, but you'll basically seal it, fiberglass it, so it's
and they'll have it forever.
In.
It's writable art.
Yeah,
is what it is. They'll have it forever.
2 questions: is there just a set price for the custom board? Is it based on length?
Based on size.
So, what are the different price points?
Resin is very expensive, and so are the rest of the materials used for these things. You're looking probably around $450 for a 53-inch board, $400 to $450 depending.
And start to finish, it's about a 2-week process?
It's about 2 weeks, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So someone that wants to do their own artwork, are people mostly local, or do you have people that live like out of state and you ship them their board and then they'll draw on it and ship it back?
We haven't done any out of state yet.
Okay.
This is mostly local.
Locals.
But just starting out. So, that's in the cards. We'll ship them. If someone wants one, we will ship it. So
right now your shop is literally behind your beautiful home, but you said you're opening up a brick and mortar somewhere?
We have a brick and mortar coming. Down Sky Lane, so over there by the airport, we're right behind Glen Visual Arts.
Nice.
And we'll be doing everything that I'm doing in my backyard, we'll be doing there, but hopefully shaping surfboards as well. There's a couple of people that want to come in and start shaping surfboards, so I think we'll be set up to do all of it.
Really cool.
And I'd love to see it happen.
In addition to, let's go through the triage, or maybe triage is the wrong word. So you have camps, you have lessons, you shape your own boards, but you also do rentals.
We also do rentals.
Okay, so what rentals for all the equipment, some of the equipment, what do you rent?
We rent surfboards, skimboards, boogie boards. There's so many times that you'll find people come on vacation, they'll go buy a boogie board and it ends up in the trash.
Right.
Trying to eliminate that from happening.
That's a great point. They go to the beach store, they buy a boogie board.
Yeah, man, just
come
rent one and let's save some. Let's save the planet.
Is the rental also like by the week or by the if I'm coming with my team Chaos for the week and we rent a couple of boogie boards and a couple of skim boards, can we just rent them for the week?
You can rent them for the week,
or you can rent them for
hourly,
the day.
Weekly, daily.
Okay.
Most people do them for the weekend.
Yeah.
So but however long you want them.
So that's a great point. If you're coming to St. Simon's and you just want to rent something, do you rent the paddle boards as well? Do
not rent the paddle boards. For safety reasons, I'd rather you take a guide with you for that.
Yep.
Surfing's a little different. You're right there on the coastline, so you're not really floating out there in the open water. Yeah. But we do have paddle boards and we do have guides and tours, so all of that is possible through us as well. We just won't let you take off with one with no experience.
So you all do guided paddleboard tours around, like,
all around
the
the
ocean
Golden
or
Isles.
is it in the marsh?
All around. Wherever anybody wants to go. I just did want to go in through Gould's Inlet. We went up the little slough and back in the creeks. It was really pretty.
I saw this happen about 37 times when we were there for the 4th. How many people have you had to rescue on the Sea Island side of Gould's Inlet after the tide comes in?
Myself, none, but we hear about it all the time.
I don't understand.
I mean, I can tell you a whole different story of something else that we organized. Do you want to hear it?
Yes.
So we have another event coming up. It's called Flow.
Flow?
And Flow is for love of water.
Okay.
And it's a 5-mile paddle from Gould's Inlet to Village Creek Landing. And this is in honor of people who have lost their lives in our waters, in our local waters. So we have 111 paddlers signed up so far for this event. But it's
is this the first one?
This is the 3rd one.
Okay.
But it all comes full circle. I mean, we just love the waters. It could be dangerous. This is water safety.
Yeah.
So
and I'm not by any means making light of it. It's it's a real thing, and having 6 kids. I mean, I remember, especially when they were younger.
Oh gosh, terrifying.
Yeah, and some are stronger swimmers than others, and I mean, there was a point in time where it was like life jackets mandatory. I don't care.
Absolutely.
You don't realize like how quickly you can get sucked out. You hear all these horrific stories, but I think that's really amazing. The money that you raise for Flow, what does that go to support?
Goes towards swimming lessons for children, adults. Right now we're partnering with an organization called SOAR, and it's people with disabilities that are being taught swim lessons at the Boys and Girls Club.
Awesome.
They invited us this past summer to come and watch some of the lessons being taught that our money that was raised for Flow went to, and it was the coolest thing I've ever seen.
That's really neat.
These kids who, a lot of them are nonverbal, a lot of them just would never have done this in the first place. They're in the waters. They're learning to swim to the sides. They're learning to grab onto the walls, kind of things like that. So the main water safety issues are being taught partly because of this wonderful event. So it's kind of neat.
What don't you do?
Ah!
I mean, it says like you have camp lessons, you have womp offs, you raise money to teach people how to swim, you customize boards, you give paddleboard tours. I mean, my God, what do you not do?
We just like to do all the fun.
Yeah.
I love anything that has to do with fun. I love getting my kids outside. I love watching people be outside and enjoying this. I just like to share that stoke.
Yeah.
So I don't know the answer to that one, James. I don't like to do laundry. So I don't do that well.
I got 4 kids, so you probably. My wife, I'm just gonna say, I'll say I hate it too, and my wife would give me the biggest eye roll. She's like, "How much laundry do you do?" I do some, right? But yeah, when we have all 6 kids, it
man, I bet
the laundry
it piles
stacks up. But our kids are also old enough now. Some of them have actually learned how to operate a washer and a dryer, and everyone's pretty good at folding clothes.
Okay, good,
So,
good. None of mine are.
maybe my kids. Maybe I can start my own thing. Clothes folding lessons for children.
Send them my way. I'll gladly pay.
Well, this has been amazing. If you're planning a trip to St. Simon's, whether you're bringing kids or not, if you ever want to learn how to skimboard, if you ever want to learn how to surf, if you need a rental, right, you want to do a paddleboard tour, you have to reach out to Christy Kavanaugh, cavparcustoms.com. You can call her 912-996-7304. And I'll tell you what, the next time I come down with my family, somebody's doing a skimboard camp.
Please.
So we'll do it.
They'll love it.
So,
I promise they'll love it. And they'll never be the same. Then the next thing you're going to have to do is go buy a surfboard or buy a skimboard.
They'll want a custom skimboard.
Absolutely.
100%.
Well, I know a girl.
You can make that happen.
I can make that happen for her.
Maybe with 6, we can get some kind of like volume discount.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Package deal.
Thank you so much. This has been great. Look, if you've enjoyed this episode of Retire Southern, you can find it at retiresouthern.com, this episode and more, or wherever you podcast. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, feel free to email me, james@retiresouthern.com. Christy, this has been great.
Thank you.
I can't wait to come back and get my kiddos out on the water with you.
We can't wait. We can't wait to see him and teach him.
Awesome.
Yes.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, James.